Earth is dying. Maybe it's a supervolcano, maybe it's an asteroid, or maybe we just destroyed the planet ourselves. But if we had to escape, where would we go? Mars? A giant space station? Or would we have to leave the solar system entirely? Today we're breaking down our best shots at survival. It's not a question of if, but when. Earth won't last forever. An asteroid wiped out the dinosaurs, and it could happen again. Climate change is already becoming an existential threat for life on the planet. And if we somehow don't make Earth unlivable ourselves, eventually, 5 billion years from now, the sun will expand and burn Earth to a crisp. So, do we have a backup plan? The closest and most talked about option, Mars. With plans from SpaceX and NASA, it seems like the best place for a second home. It has land, frozen water, and we already have rovers exploring it. But it's not perfect. There's no oxygen, radiation exposure is deadly, and the average temperature is colder than Antarctica. So, could we actually survive there? Well, maybe, but living on Mars would be like permanent camping, only without breathable air. Before we go all the way to Mars, what about the Moon? It's much closer, just a 3-day trip away instead of months of travel. The Moon has lots of ice, which could be turned into drinking water or rocket fuel. It's also close enough that we could regularly send supplies from Earth, but it has no atmosphere, making extreme temperature swings the norm. Boiling hot during the day and freezing cold at night. Also, the low gravity could cause serious health issues over time. The Moon might be a good staging ground for Mars, but living there long term? Not likely. What if, instead of moving to another planet, we built a massive floating space station? We've already had the International Space Station for decades, so why not just scale up? We could stay close to Earth, harvest resources from asteroids, and control our own environment. But long-term life in space is brutal. Zero gravity weakens muscles, radiation exposure is constant, and every resource, air, water, and food, would have to be artificially produced. It's a possibility, but not an easy one. Maybe we should stop looking in our own solar system and just go find a new Earth. Scientists have already discovered thousands of exoplanets, and some, like Proxima b and Kepler 452b, might even be habitable. But here's the problem. The closest one is over 4 light years away. At our current speed, it would take over 6,000 years to get there. Unless we crack light speed travel, the option remains science fiction. Even if we had the technology to leave, here's the real question. Who gets to go? Would only the rich and powerful escape like bald Bezos while everyone else is left behind? And even if we make it to one of these destinations, would we actually survive? What if Mars becomes the great human extinction? The Moon, Mars, space stations, exoplanets, none of them are perfect, but one day they could be our only hope. So if Earth was doomed, where do you think we should go? Thanks so much for watching to the end. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe. It would mean the world.